Good morning, everyone. George here from SBH Disability Services. Today I'm here with Tim, and I've known Tim for a few years now. We met down the Gold Coast, and he's part of the WCMX, which is Wheelchair BMX. Is that right, Tim?
Yeah. Hi, George.
Just like to tell us a little bit about yourself, Tim.
Yeah. So a bit about me. My name's Timothy Lachlan. I'm a fourth-year occupational therapy student and also the first Australian to land a wheelchair backflip. And today I'm going to be talking a bit about WCMX, which stands for Wheelchair Motocross, and that's using a wheelchair in a skate park, similar to how you use a bike or a scooter in a skate park to perform different tricks. But also, I'll talk a bit about how it's not just doing extreme tricks, but it's also a really awesome way to learn advanced wheelchair skills.
Great. Thanks for that, Tim. So, Tim, let's start off. Let's talk about giving back to the community. Why do you want to give back to the community?
I want to give back to the community for a few reasons. When I was growing up, I saw the lack of support that my parents received in supporting my sister who has multiple disabilities, and also I guess the lack of support that my mother has also received. She also has disabilities. So growing up, I've seen that there's, I guess, a lot of work to be done in the disability sector around improving the supports for people with disabilities. Mm-hmm. And I guess another reason I want to give back to the community, it's inspired by the WCMX, is seeing the wheelchair skills that I was able to gain that have let me overcome lots of access barriers that are a huge issue, especially in southeast Queensland with the poor wheelchair access standards in the city and further areas. Hang on, let me just get the bird here. I'm joined by Alex. She likes to sit in on any video calls I have.
That's all right. That's more the merrier, my friend. More the merrier. You got an audience now.
Yeah. But I wanted to get into giving back to the community through WCMX because it gives people advanced wheelchair skills, and it's just a fun activity, and it's also a great way to change disability perceptions, because when you see a wheelchair at the skate park, you don't see disability, you see what the person is capable of.
Great, thanks for that, Marty. And also, Tim, overcoming adversity. What do you want to talk to about that?
So I've had to overcome a few adversities. I have multiple disabilities, a few of which autism, spina bifida occulta, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and mild traumatic brain injury. So I've had a few adversities in my lifetime that I've had to overcome as the result of both my physical and cognitive disabilities. Mostly I've noticed it's around education. In school, I was told not to bother going to university, that I wouldn't be a good fit. In university, I've encountered some issues with placements not being wheelchair accessible or having to overcome ableist attitudes. So very much since I've begun my occupational therapy studies, I've been very keen to get into the advocacy side of things and highlight the reasons why we need social change and policies that support people with disabilities, so that way people with disabilities don't have to encounter the barriers that I've had to encounter through my education.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for that, Tim. Now, your life, your passion, your hobbies. So I know one of your biggest passions and your biggest hobby is the WBMX. So what other ones do you have that you love to do? I think having birds, by the sounds of it, is another one.
Yeah, I have a few passions. I have my little bird Alex, who constantly keeps me busy. For people who don't know much about birds, they're quite intense. They're like, I guess, a permanent 4-year-old but with wings. They're very full of energy and will chew and get into everything and anything that they shouldn't. So I'm kept quite busy with with my birds. Other hobbies I have is I love to tinker and build in my workshop. I've been building wheelchairs since the age of 9. I actually built my first wheelchair when I wanted to have my friend with cerebral palsy over. I built him a pull wheelchair out of one of my mum's deck chairs, and since then I've been just practicing tinkering more, and I went to TAFE and learned how to weld, and so I love to tinker and build not only skate chairs but other cool little contraptions that can help people skate or do other fun activities in life.
Okay, mate. What drives you to do all this sort of stuff? I know we spoke about adversity before. You want to give back to the community. What else drives you to do what you do?
I think for me personally, just my biggest driver is wanting to give back and help everyone with a disability or not to live their best lives, because I've seen firsthand. Oh, sorry, we've got Alex putting a towel to the camera. But yeah, I've seen firsthand just like the adversities and struggles that people with disabilities can come up against, and I very much want to be part of the change in making sure that people with disabilities have equitable access to opportunities in life. So yeah, it's very much my personal experience that drives me to reach out and help as many people as I can. Yeah.
So you've also got down living with a disability. What does that mean to you, and why do you think it's important to get that word out there?
I think it's really important to talk about disability because at least 1 in 5 Australians have a disability, whether that's a disability that you can see or an invisible disability such as autism or chronic pain or fatigue. And I think by having these discussions with the public, not only are we putting disability out there, we're also destigmatizing disability, because for a long time disability has been seen as something negative or something to be ashamed of, and that I don't believe that should be the case at all. I think disability is a part of human diversity, so we should be celebrating it and embracing it and helping people to overcome any barriers that society may put in place by making sure that everything's universally designed, by making sure we've got policies and support through education and all sorts of things like that.
So, mate, I just want to ask you another question. Before you were talking about you're at uni, you're in your 4th year, and that's physiotherapy, was that right?
Occupational therapy.
Oh, my mistake, I'm sorry about that. Occupational therapy. Why have you gone into that area of therapies?
Again, very much informed by my lived experience of seeing the lack of supports that my family members had when I was growing up. But also, I chose more occupational therapy after I'd completed the bridging course that got me into university, because I was tied between physiotherapy and OT. And I guess what sold me on OT was how broad it was, because OT, you really work in any aspect of life. You could be helping someone with work, you could be helping someone with just daily activities, you could be helping someone to get into sport. Pretty much anything you can do in life, occupational therapists will work to support people in that, and I think that's really cool because how it's such a broad thing, and it's never anything. It's never the same thing. It's always something different.
Well, Tim, thank you so much for your time this morning, my friend. It's great to catch up with you again. Just some last parting words. If people wanted to talk to you about your WCMX, where do they find you?
So if you'd like to find out more about WCMX and adaptive skating, you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at WCMX and Adaptive Skate Australia, and we post different sort of events that we've got coming up, keep you in the loop with any new technology or devices that we're developing, and yeah, if you just want to find out more, follow us on those pages.
No worries. Well, Tim, thank you once again, mate, for your time this morning. And we look forward to catching up with you again soon. So there you go, everyone. Timothy from Logan, WCMX, living life to his fullest that he can achieve, and I think he's going to go a long way. So if you'd like to know more, please give us a call at SBH Disability Services on 3844 4600, or go to our website and find all the information there, and we'll take care and talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Yeah, thank you. Bye for now.